new enemies in their rogues gallery.
Yeah, it's a full curse, isn't it? They finally take down Vitality and then they fall to Spirit in the final anyway. So MOUZ definitely looking to come in hot to this game. Do not underestimate them, despite all the hype around Falcons right now.
The stakes on it for MOUZ is, if they lose this, this is their worst finish since this, string of playoff runs. They've always made it to the semis at least.
Oh, that's a nice move, but it only nets one kill. Honestly, moves up, kicks in on the short side, bomb getting planted. Brolin with a quick tap, and he's read the close position, but it's not enough. There's no teammate to trade. Spinks moving in. Jimmy saves him. 2v3, Nico and Monacy.
I mean, this is supposed to be the diamond duo for Falcons. These were the two that quieted down back in Cologne. And so now Nico, his first round here on the stage in this quarterfinal is a 1v2 clutch. Well, she holds on. Nico with the swing, Defuse being stuck. And that's just robbed right out from under Nico. Never even goes for the fight. He calls their bluff. MOUZ get off to the races with a pistol round win.
Was really the only guy holding Falcons up to a degree. A couple of moments from Monacy, but Nico really struggled at that event. So Kyosuke, high expectations delivered, but now it's about consistency, keeping it going again and again and again, event to event. And this is what Falcons are here for. This is what they play for. A lot to prove at EWC. Kyosuke found first. Nico trades. The A split's happening.
Tessa's now armed as well after picking up that AK. And the plant found, CT plant at that, with Red Room taken by the Falcons earlier on. How's it going to try and lend some time to Brolin on this flank?
It's got to be a kit down, but where is it? It's either Temple or CT. They've got to go find it right now. Brolin moving in, catches a player, looking the wrong way, and a dink followed up, but a strong position for Nico with a crossfire on Tesses. MOUZ have got to get moving. They've got to get moving right now. That kit's still not retrieved. It must be in Temple. 2v2 tap. Nico with a chance, misses his shot. Jimpat followed up onto, and Tesses in the clutch, just buying enough time to win this round. I think the clock's decided it. Tesses refuses to give this round away, and MOUZ must save. Falcons find their force fight.
In between then and now to try and strengthen the playbook a little bit here, get everyone on side.
Also the choice to skip a couple of events as well. Probably a necessary time for this team to do so. The prep has to pay off this.
All right, Nico. It's only pistol, sure, but a nice confidence-boosting round here. As he manhandles the cave, it's a clean finish from the Falcons. Gonna make some money at the tail end of this round. Nico rounds it out with 4. Now we get to see our first look at that MOUZ buy.
Been a struggling map for MOUZ. Ancient has. Despite a huge streak earlier in the year.
Exertion and Jimmy walking up, gonna try and assemble this boost. Timing for it, Jimmy holds on with 3, and there's Exertion swinging out to lend a helping hand. Falcons wanted this A hit, low and slow, but they play right into the hands of MOUZ.
Not gonna outlook Spinks, Nico. Very late on the other side of the map. You can try, but get man walking. Take the bomb if you want. There is no sight open in this 1v4. So Kixon might just be combat saving.
His circumstances could change.
Honestly, going for a mid pick. They break the smoke for him, but can't connect. It's a timer on that play. Another nade. He's not close enough to exploit it. Meanwhile, MOUZ make a move. Pushing through the smoke, something we know Brolin's going to be doing a lot in this CT side. Comes out with a kill and clears B lane entirely. Not seeing Nico on his jaunt out middle, playing towards B in the majority of these rounds. Maybe a recent change for Falcons on this T-side default.
There's going to be a lot of responsibility here on Exertion if this play looks to link up for the A split. He's responsible for watching this red room. might look to trade out positions with Torshi eventually, but now he takes his eyes off the prize. That's to get the smoke in over towards main, and Falcons are actually going to play through this smoke. Exertion caught. You needed a multi-kill from him because now Jimmy's left all alone.
Trouble.
And closing in on this split, Jimmy tries to make a move now at the top of that bomb. 2 kills from the impact. Nico finally putting him down, but no time to win this. Jimmy disrupts. Yeah, you don't want to kind of catch this feeling at the start of this season. Post the Kiyosuke signing that you've regressed. If you remember, there was a time period where we were kind of getting hyped up around Falcons with Magic in the lineup that they might be one of the teams to challenge Vitality for that top spot. Even, you know, ahead of someone like Donk. Just because Kiyosuke kind of got the hype from how successful the Donk move was.
Yeah, people didn't want to miss the boat on this transfer day. It's hard to compare though. I mean, the mechanics are certainly there for Kiyosuke, but I think the thing that was still the most astounding thing about Donk is that he's just completely unbothered by any stakes, any factors, stage, online, groups, doesn't matter. Doing it in the grand finals like it's just a normal day. Kiyosuke still has to prove he can adjust to the pressure in this round, succeeding, but still a 1v5 essentially. The pressure put on by this cave player gives him room. The reload comes in, he hunts the kill. 3rd frag for Kiyosuke before the AWP stops him at the door. A nice try to get some value out of that round with a 1 AK, but it's still MOUZ building into this game. Oh, and there he is, cracking open mid again, but it's Shimpat in a different position with the same results. 3 kills from young Jimmy. They finally put him down, but Brolin's cave position noted. And unstoppable is his B-lane aggression.
Dude, if this is going to be the form that Jimmy gives us this tournament, it's a hell of a reason to get excited for MOUZ. It's his departure, you know, as you said, when he first kind of moved into this squad, the thing that was so excited about him is he was putting up star player numbers, not in star player positions or roles. And for a while now, you've seen him quieten down.
Oh my God, that worked.
Okay.
Of course, he really tried to force it in the molly. After tagging m0NESY, it's led to his death. You would like to count him out with 17 points of health, but this is m0NESY we're talking about.
He holds on there long enough, decides eventually he hasn't heard anything, and so that's kind of the giveaway that m0NESY's still floating around inside of A. Roland makes his move now. Expect to see more of this. Him on these flanks in through main.
Pistols here for Falcons, popping through the cave. Watch out.
Torshi, eyes on. Explode in through ramp. No cover here on the wrap out of Kiyosuke. So that one's picked up. Tech9 for Kixan takes it even further, and we end up in a 3-on-3. That's in spite of a nice hold to open up. Just losing track of Kiyosuke in the chaos. Might prove to be your undoing. It's an Exertion flank this time with Spinks mopped up. Exertion has to try and do the heavy lifting. Left to Jimmy. Not gonna find a thing as Kiyosuke and Kixan arise to the occasion. Losing track of yourself for MOUZ. Losing track of your opponents.
And look what it's done to the money, right? Some clutch rounds, some close ones. And with Falcons winning an eco, MOUZ now have their final purchase. They do 5v4 onto Kixan though. It's gonna make life easier.
He likes these spam battles, but they're not liking him back in this round. m0NESY, they're walking on you down the ramp, and that weapon switch couldn't be worse timed. The quick switch costs him his life, and Nico's not able to remedy it.
B is a little susceptible with this setup from MOUZ, but they can play retake, right? Just can't lose anyone for free.
I mean, you're glad you get the early warning system there, the shots raining in, and Torshi allowed to reposition. You get gun on in time, and he will deliver. Orb hits hard.
Falcons again piecing together what they can. Galil's rife in this T side. The B rushers have been their best bets.
Up and in again with just this blistering pace. Spinks was caught out last time, in danger of it happening once more as he sandwiched m0NESY. Crazy sequence, 3 kills deep. He wants to round it out with a 4th. Torshi won't let him have that.
Just save.
But the round is already banked up for the Falcons. And it's in all the minutiae in these complicated plays where they're taking the pace out of it, that they've struggled. These faster, direct rounds up the B ramp might feel a little too simple, but you can't argue with the results here.
So quicker approach again. Grouped pack Counter-Strike. m0UZ excels even on the AK. 3 kills to get them over the line and give them 5 on this T side.
And that's giving Kixan a real security blanket here to go for this control.
Roland just maximizing value from this limited util that you mentioned. They've got a kid on Torshi, 2 smokes and an HE. It's really not a lot to play with here for MOUZ.
And here is that paranoia of these B hits right here. You've burnt through everything and there's still 1 minute and 15 left on the clock.
5v4 makes things easier, but Roland forced to make a reposition. He's burning alive. Just finds a cubby on top of the box, and that nade falls short. Could have made all the difference. Torshi here to back him up, but ever wary of the ramp contact that Falcons have abused all T-side long. Nico peeked into by the AWP. Falcons top performer dead. 3v5 in their final round.
Tessa's going to try and catch a timing here in through the red room, and if he goes right now, he will find it. Instead, it's a block on the other side. Oh, Tessa's just lobbed one in as well. Roland picked up in the meantime over towards B. How's Tessa supposed to link back up with him, though, with Exertion covering this cross? He just tries to fade through the smoke. m0UZ in the meantime, up ramp, deals with Spinks, and so Torshi feels like he's got to have eyes in the back of his head. He's dealt with Tessez on the backstab. That opens up the retake here for MOUZ. One plant found, but very claustrophobic for Falcons. They're trapped in at the site. There's some pressure alleviated by Kixan. Slows down, grouping on short. Kixan found cleanly. m0UZ spotted, but taps as he tries to close this. 2 top performers for either side clashing in this 1v1, and m0UZ seals it with those taps. Tied up on the half as Falcons rally back in, still in with a chance on their pick of Ancient. Given that they were the 2 worrying signs from Cologne.
Oh my God, look at this stack though. Couldn't be further from the right place. It's going to have to be retake here for Falcons. Alarm bells ringing as that deep smoke comes down, and MOUZ, sooner they plant, the odds raising. Cave control with a long plant is a little dangerous. MOUZ going to reposition. Put Jimmy over on long.
I mean, look, you knew this was an option if you're Falcons. You had to be prepped for it. They have a flash and a smoke on Kixan. Nade even to break open this block smoke for MOUZ, but it doesn't go swimmingly. Coming through this choke point into the crossfire. Falcons decimated, and Spinks 1 shy of the ace. Does the heavy lifting in that pistol.
It's just such a comfortable chokehold there. That position very hard to get through. And Glocks v USPs. No util will save you there. Idea was nice, but MOUZ had so much space. Spinks with a big 4K. And MOUZ this time.
With him showing us shades of the old Jimmy, the one that used to get you real excited for his future in this MOUZ squad. And everyone else playing up to the level. It's added an extra layer of difficulty to this for the Falcons. Roland tries to break through on the cave side. Spinks will secure that trade, and that's an uncomfortable fight for him, so he does well to find the 4v4.
A little delayed on that reswing. I didn't think it was going to come through, but Spinks risks it all. That can be a 5v3 with MOUZ having no control. So a high impact refrag coming there. Roland forever aggressive on these T sides. But all the better are MOUZ for it. Spinks could get wall banged out if he jumps. Going to give the game away. Deep Molotov isolates Kyosuke. Good flash dodge, but there's 2 players here, and Torshi's good for the trade. Push back into B is Kixan. Xerxon making a crazy play. Nico's ready. And they wanted to bail to middle. They changed their mind after that death. Back to B, into Kixan. 1 more kill before all is said and done. Jimmy's thrust into another clutch. He's been on the ball so far.
Jimmy! Jimmy! Jimmy!
Nico creeping up along. That's kind of the contentious point that Jimmy might not be ready for. Kixan has fully embarked on this wraparound, trying to take cave space away. Oh, and he's not even going to be required. It's the m0UZ smoke spam that seals the deal for Falcons.
Whatever it takes, they'll take it.
Ollie in, buys you a couple more seconds. There's a block, a smoke down. No need to break this. MOUZ left playing through. It's a good flash. m0UZ toppled after just one. Jimmy provides both the openings. Oh, we'll get his comeuppance. It's spam for Kixan, trying to claw this one back. Really expect a late lurk for Spinks, a lurk that's got to get a move on as Brolin's left scrapping for control over the bomb site. His teammate very far away, and with Brolin toppled, Spinks is going to save the day. Lurking in late, he's got no time to go quietly. Running the whole way, Falcons know where he is, and it's Kyosuke to finish the job.
For the most part, Xertion back in spawn, holding the wrap. Always going to get those nades in just to keep the pressure on. Mollies and nades, or bludgeon MOUZ. Brutal damage early in the round. Kixan even spams out Spinks. And so all of that conversation, last round, forget about it.
And even now, Falcons still looking for even more.
This is perfect.
Aggression down the ramp. This is while MOUZ are trying to rejig their setup and their util, so they're going to catch them with nades out. Tess says multi-kill, and Torchi thrust into a clutch. No room to work with. Falcons keep the pressure on. That's double digits now. Money broken for MOUZ. And I mean, this push from Nico's nice, because right now, Kyosuke and Kixan were both holding on to the red room wrap because they don't have mid-info, while m0UZ now moves back over and actually clears this space. And so now it feels almost certain that this B play is coming in.
Oh, so much damage, still no kills.
Super wounded, but there's Torchi and an opening for MOUZ, a chance to get the move on. Util in will delay this plant with little time left. That could be a problem. Kyosuke, smoke spam connects. Looking for even more. MOUZ on the reloads, might want to go through, but they've timed this. So they never have two players reloading at once, and Nico's even on this backstab.
He's got it.
Moving in, Brolin caught. No turn for Jimmy, he's battling these long players, and so Nico just collects all the free kills on that wrap round. Cobbled together by here to close, back to that mid-control again.
Oh, careful.
So many of these rounds have had the same ebb and flow for MOUZ, which is get mid, scale up heaven, and then look for this B play. With a double cave set up to try and repel this lane control, that's no longer an option for MOUZ. They've got to look elsewhere.
With the timing, is starting to be opened up by Kixan. Back to clearing red, teammate right beside him. A 2-on-2 here in the red room. Dead is at first. Kixan and Kyosuke found by the AWPer. Jimpat takes a space. Falcons miss his timing entirely. It sets him up for retake, but these players are boxed in right now. They're not moving this bomb, waiting for a reaction. What they're gonna get? Will it go their way? Nico peels a head off, walks back to that A site. Jimmy coming in to assist. They've read this wrong. m0UZ's been here the whole time. Jimmy hyper aware. The kill feed tells the story of this round. Nico is still here.
Nade finds damage. Can Nico close this here and now in the clutch? Been a great showing from him in this game already. Can Nico remind us all just what he's capable of? Bomb planted, he's fixated on this CT position. Sees where that bomb's planted now, and so cognizant of a player back in main, he's going to go hunting. But no one's giving him these fights, not for free. No one wants to be that first domino to fall. On the way to a Nico clutch, Exertion's patience is rewarded.
Nades will come in late again. More damage done. Spinks even low on this B aggression. Tessus comes out to assist from heaven. MOUZ just speed up on A, but with no CT smoke, it's a shooting ground for m0UZ.
And you see that AWP, it's a huge red flag. It slows the play down. It gives Falcons time to move more bodies over. Now Nico joins the fight. Throw it in to Jimmy and Exertion. It's just Kyosuke, but he's making it work. 2 clean kills, that's the boost. Exertion trying to run through.
Another case of Spinks is left to nothing on the wrong side of the map, not making a move, too low to want to risk it. There's space to take, he's not doing it. MOUZ can group up in middle for kills, but it is again on Torshi.
I mean, even then his path to rotate is just so long. He has to do this pretty quietly too. Whole time, you know, Falcons could have gone anywhere, and eventually the clock becomes the driving fact here for Torshi. Swing out from Spinks is punished. Falcons have the victory teed up right here, the best spot they're going to be in to do so. One man between them, and a pretty decisive win here on Ancient. Oh. Jump up for Tesses, seals the deal, and Falcons get off to a flying start in this quarterfinal.
MOUZ on their pick. Falcons a map in their pocket, but as you say, those harrowing memories ever present. Nuke in the pit, come his way, hits his first with ease, and Tesses has his back covered. New player will fall, Tesses falls back, the site taken by MOUZ.
They find their way to a bomb plant here, and they send Brolin off. Take some space away out on long. Tesses coming in on this flank in through the apartments. Gonna struggle to get too much reward out of this with the positions held by MOUZ. m0NESY converts, and now it's just Torshi left down in the pit.
Oh my!
Been dinked up, and the knife is pulled. m0NESY settling the score, and a knife kill in the pistol to open up Inferno.
That's one way to do it. Just jump in 4v1, forget the past. We're not losing that round, say Falcons. Statement made. MOUZ will speed up on a 20 seconds, only 2 here.
Molly's rain in. Tesses and m0NESY not able to stop this initial swarm, and that's a big problem. Kills flood through. And even as Kixan and Kaisuke leave some chance to the pushes, Kixan knowing about out here on short. Nico blocked behind this smoke that starts to fade now. Got to find that first incision, because this crossfire is hard to deal with. Torshi and Spinks split between site and pit. Nothing being offered here. Falcons are going to have to go searching.
Piece it together.
They draw out the pit fight, but Kixan had to nail that. The task feels now impossible here for Nico. It's forced by success out of MOUZ. Yeah, the contrast, that's over 1,300 Mirages in Pugs. So far from a comfort map for Kiyosuke. Aggression in. Kixan and Kiyosuke repel that initial push, but he's got to do even more. The Eagle dancing around this pillar, but it's struggling to deliver yet. That one's clean. Torshi runs him down. He's kept this open for a retake. m0NESY and Tesses group on the banana. This is while Jimmy and Torshi are trying to get comfortable, trying to get set up. They will hit this little window to sneak forth, arming themselves now for the retake. Horrible memories for the Falcons at this side of the map. Tesses dead on the cross. And m0NESY feels like he's got no room, no time to play. So MOUZ will win out this conversion. Walking into the B stack. They live to tell the tale.
And that's both rounds, just seeing solid trading until they get out of the apartments. At that point, it might even be too late. Bomb on Torshi at the back of middle gives the option late round, but how many kills will MOUZ find?
Oh, that's a clean opening. And that might be a red carpet invitation into the stack. They go. This crossfire's got to save it for the Falcons.
Oh.
And it gets brushed aside. Nico left as the last man. Exertion was toying with the idea of getting aggressive, decides against it. He knows unless he gives Nico a kill, this is a retake that won't even be attempted.
There's simply no kit in the round.
So it doesn't have the time Doesn't have the space, blocked a Moto, that seals the deal.
I gotta say, in the 4 rounds MOUZ have won, it just shows how brutally punishing holding a site is on this map.
Falcons had everything they wanted in that last round. It was MOUZ playing into the full stack. And not even that was enough. So MOUZ with a lot to look forward to on this T side. They're going to have a real air of comfortability about them on this map. Ooh. Clean stuff from Spinks, who keeps it up. It was him who got that opener into the stack in the round prior. Another 5v4 provided at the hands of Spinks, and what if he does it again? Nico flashed in for a mid-fight, but no one's dodging this guy right now. Spinks has nailed every single fight that's been offered. Well, that one, a little ugly for Tesses, but perfect for Spinks, who's on it for the ace.
Go get it, man. Hunt. Here he comes for the ace, Spinks. Chasing the last, throwing sand in the face of Falcons, but Kixon denies it.
Still, one of the big takeaway from the round is, yay, we didn't get aced. It's not exactly the vote of confidence you're hoping for. I mean, every other shot in this round was perfect for Spinks. He never used more than 2 bullets, it felt like. These are all so crisp and clean, and then this whiff as well. Ugh.
Forget about it, say Falcons.
Manage me.
Honestly's orb looks to find an incision in middle.
Odyssey opens a 5v4 for the Falcons. Yasuke tries to sweeten the deal. Down to 3 here for MOUZ, but still in a powerful position.
So's Tesses.
Monacy full blind, had to hit that. That's quick off the scope, quick off the draw, and with cover from Tesses, Falcons finally wrestling one back.
Now just going back to B here. That's what Falcons seem to think. 3 strong at the start. Grenades go down, they land strong. Roland needs to clear this position. Flash, Kixon activates. Grenades can come in, but it goes both ways. He eats them as they do as well. Good kill for Zershan, and he hears one more fire off. Flash dodge, doesn't matter. Kiyosuke holds strong. Still got a molly to stall this one out. MOUZ would love to win the round right there and there, and they still can, but they need to get through this young player. 2 kills, and he concedes. Cost MOUZ everything. 1v1 for the round now. Torshi lands it. But going alone, even he is fearful.
Ooh, she's going to commit to that. Tessa's electing not to blow this smoke open. And so just a bit of chip damage on Torshi. Honestly, does have a nade as well. It looks like they'll just wait for these smokes to fade. Re-smoked at CT, that's a big problem. That's where this nade will come in handy. Smoke at top banana to cut down some of the angles. For now, they've got Torshi out behind this pillar, all alone, but the smoke breaks late, and Torshi is right on time.
He's got his teammate by his side. Tessa's back-to-back in the apps. Jimmy on the shot, but Monacy gets out after 1. Flick won't connect, but Tessa certainly does, and that's pushed everyone back. Zershan feeling like he has to go into Nico. And 1 more for the Kovac as he finds Brolin as well. That's more like it. When things go good, they go great. 5-on-1 in seconds.
I mean, that could be, you know, the nature of these more aggressive CT sides from the Falcons. Risking it all in some early fights. You're going to have some really dominant rounds in there. You're going to have some dominant rounds against you. This one's the former, very clean.
Some deep util this time for Falcons as they look to take a lot of space. Great grenades. Fine Roland. Nothing to say. Smoke on long, Monacy. Good break it, there's 2 CTs here. But as that happens, so does the rotation. Kiyosuke here in time.
I mean, the no here as well. Jimmy's still sitting on a nade. There's even the option to blow this open if you wanted to go on a forward timing. Util's getting lined up now into the stack again for this MOUZ team.
Top.
Util out, Kixan catching one. And now MOUZ try and send it. Nico dropping down. He's got Kyosuke ready to run through and lend a helping hand. And between them, they try and shut down this B play. Nico dancing around. Gonna go back to Banana, back to Nico. They're gonna build his confidence even more. He's got the spot. They're starting to run at him now. So want to go down here. They're not going to disrespect that. Util, Nico on for a bit of a sequence, it would seem, as just the pistols run right into him, and Nico collects. Unfazed by the five-man push, and a big smile from Zonic. Not the best ace of his career, but it's nice.
Kills in a row with no deaths for Nico.
I mean, you do love to hear that if you're the Falcons.
It's all been leading to this final round, right? This recovery.
And from 5 in a row for MOUZ, a bit of a struggle down the tail end of this half. So we already saw them take that time to discuss this rifle round. That opener from Brolin, it could have go a long way.
Is that a block?
It looked like it.
I think the other two were. I don't know if Kyosuke was caught in that tether. MOUZ can't afford to waste this opportunity. Falcons get inquisitive, back in Banana.
Being a man down, right, they kind of need to here. They don't have the resources to sit back. They have to try and figure out where this play's coming in, and that aggression gets Nico punished.
Closer and closer.
Honestly, he's going to have to hit a flick here. Tessa's dead out on A in the downtime, but the bomb is right here on Banana. Yeah, Falcons can still remain competitive for this round if they're able to find that bomb. Instead, it's a mowdown. Torshi with the lineup, and MOUZ go on to win out this half.
On a map they've not played since that Austin Major, we all remember, do they?
And they most assuredly do. It was the continuation of a long line of missteps at Majors for Nico. Curse post-plant that ended up sealing their fate. Around in this pistol on a long wrap, right in to Jimmy. There's the support out of the Torshi dual Berettas, and it all grinds to an awkward halt. You've lost your 3 big hitters. It's just Tesses and Kixan are left standing. Let's see if Tesses can make this interesting.
So low though, tucked in this fight. Spinks just needs a body shot and it's over. Kixan beat Torshi for the bomb. Under control in the bomb site. Kixan just whittling. Oh, but he hits the headshot. He's got time. Move in. Grab that package and put it down. Full stick, Spinks. Element of surprise, shifting in. Kixan goes for a jiggle, but he's wide already. Tucked in, nowhere to go, but fight forward. Spinks more health, Kixan with the headshot, and Falcons win out that pistol somehow.
Just looking for a B-side brawl, and with Exertion gifting an opener, not going to get a better invitation than that.
Oh, smoke's too deep.
I'll play ahead of it, keep this real estate. Brolin, that's a crazy shot. Falcons kind of dripping in here towards B.
Thinks his secret.
Brolin's even made it ahead of the molly. It will get cleared out, but it's Spinks they're not ready for. Kyosuke found. Torshi tagging on the scout, and one more left to finish for Torshi. There's this big backstab for Tesses that's been building for the longest time, but he's had to pick up the pace with how desperate the hour's gotten, and Torshi continues to find success. Tesses now arriving late to the site, late to this plant, but finds his way in a 1v2 to get that bomb down. Jimmy and Torshi closing the gap, and Tesses doesn't know where to look.
Falcons have a wealth of nades.
You just don't really have a means to block this, right? The incendiary on Brolin's nice, but it's only going to buy you a couple of seconds here at most. It's allowed Spinks to close in at least and be that third man to offer assistance. He needs something for exertion. Him and Brolin fall with nothing done. And it's success across the field for Falcons.
And that's not even Falcons utility really landing. No one gets burned out of position. No one gets flashed on that play. It's just whiffed shots for MOUZ. Good grenade. Falcons.
That's a bit of a failure there. You touched on exertion and Brolin, both kind of a little quiet in this series thus far. And I think, you know, you can say that they might reactivate here in this second half, but they're going to have to, because you don't want this to be exploitable. You don't want this to be a consistent issue. This B site has to hold up. Both teams teetering on the edge of being broke.
Can't really celebrate your force by win when it comes that costly.
Pyrrhic victory for Falcons. And one that they might regret. Spinks, 2 kills on the push through that mid-smoke. Even though you get the space, you've paid a heavy price here. Tessez unable to reclaim anything on the walkout through short, and that leaves just Nico and m0NESY staring down the barrel of a 2v5. At this point in time, you are really regretting that hunt. And so not only have you failed to capitalize on that costly hunt, it's come back to really haunt you.
These are, bitter pills to swallow, because sure, you're happy you have a chance to actually get damage and fight in that next round, but it's hard to imagine the same here on the T side of Inferno. MOUZ coming through confident, blitzing in banana. Nades land perfectly, rifle removed. m0NESY gets something from it. Zertian doesn't need to overplay his hand, he chooses not to. A risky jiggle unpunished, and a resmoke available in this 2-man hold. They go back into the bomb site, they force Falcons to commit, who do not.
So keeping track of that on our way to the close. It's a walkout in towards B here. A very, very passive play for MOUZ, giving away all this room, waiting for info. They hear that smoke down at CT, they hear a player scaling. I know eventually they're going to have to take this fight, and exertion will. Brolin spotted the next, and quick work made over this 3-man play in towards B. m0NESY just doesn't have the time to win this round. Spam will connect. m0NESY dead, and MOUZ onto double digits. Certainly looks like it, as he's already scaled deep behind the util. His teammates in the downtime have been involved in a clash for this mid-control. 2 of them low. Kixan and m0NESY both wounded, and now Tessez out of the picture as well. This is the worst possible start for the Falcons. It's in this moment that Nico and Kiyasuke have to be difference makers.
No.
Or else Inferno belongs to MOUZ.
Util so punishing, the health is so low, and MOUZ have a 3rd man in store.
It's a nice opening. But it's got to be so much more than that. m0NESY and Kixan both are shot away from certain death.
What if they're biting down hook, line, and sinker? Free clear in middle is something, but Spinks is blinded by the flash. He doesn't even know there's no one inbound. Kixan comes back to try to sell this fake inside the smoke.
Oh my god.
Doesn't know, he reads it, shooting him through. Now they're in B. Exertion is very low. If he fights on his own and dies, that opens up a chance for Falcons.
Oh no, from bad to worst. Miss util. m0NESY makes up for it to an extent. Push from Kiyasuke, nets them the kill. That's going to allow a plant here, and Nico providing cover. This is a round you could have looked to save in, but Nico and Kiyasuke have ground away back in.
Big flank.
This was all the marbles for the Falcons. The job is not done yet. They've got to stop Spinks and Jimmy from ever beginning on this retake.
Go for it now.
And they were going to save. Oh no.
Not again.
Not another cooked post plant. Nico and m0NESY do not want to repeat those mistakes of old.
That's a really jump at the gun for MOUZ. I mean, you've got to be trusting in your A players. No, they've held so strong to allow Falcons back in this game. It might not matter if MOUZ follow up straight away, but just very un-MOUZ-like.
Nico, hyper-aggressive start. This time far quicker up through banana. And even though he gets super wounded in the process, getting out with a 5v4 aggression for Brolin. Nets a freebie.
He's been coming back at least.
Cover just wasn't there from the Falcons.
Not again.
They're going to leave B once more.
They're doing this like they have rounds to play with. Brolin goes back. Maybe he got nades and spawn. Aggression in middle. Tessa's timing, but covered by the orb. Pro B, contact in. Dixon, no one there to trade, and block is ready for Brolin. Tessa's gone as well. Falcons hung out to dry. 2v4 through the smoke yet once more, and Brolin stops it. 3 kills from the captain again on this B-bomb site. And Nico, 2 health, no chance. This one's done. MOUZ onto 12. 4 kills from Brolin, and some scary moves, some scary rotations from MOUZ, but 4 shots to close their pick. All in all, Exertion's had a horrendous series. If MOUZ make this one Nuke, they need him to recover here. Nico alone. Exertion still making his same plays, just hasn't had the shots to back it up.
Ooh. You've at least put the fear in Nico, bringing him down low. Follow-up damage out of Sphinx as he leads it to the final bullet, and him and Jimmy bite down on this mid-fight. Nico already knows it's over. Low on health and finished off as MOUZ come hunting. They get their revenge. Inferno is a brutal sight. Beating up on the Falcons here. It was always meant to feel uncomfortable. We haven't really had that superstar to leap out of this yet on either side. Jimmy started strong in the series. Map 2, a lot of the attention on Torshi. It's been more about players missing here. Exertion struggling in this series. He's going to be a requirement here on Nuke. Nico dead immediately out in the yard. Kiyosuke left to hold down ramp, all on his lonesome, but he's making it happen. Nails 3. And so Torshi's 1 kill that briefly tips the scales in MOUZ's favor is long since forgotten about. Trip down the vent, Tessa's back turned, hang on a second. He's not checked the right way. He might miss this twice over. Giving chase now, he doesn't know it, but he's hot on the heels of Tessa as there's the spot for Torshi. Collects his free kill, but still has so much more to do. Gonna stop her. Kiyosuke with hot hands in this pistol.
It's not Inferno anymore. Kiyosuke warmed up with 3 shots on the ramp. Saw that back at Cologne. Had a highlight in this very position. 30 seconds for Torshi to figure this one out. Kicks him pushed in the radio room, and Kiyosuke just eviscerates
Never
him.
even see him.
Yeah, just out of nowhere. Pops his heads up, puts MOUZ's down. 4 kills in the pistol round. Ooh. Whoever wins this quarterfinal goes against Aurora in the semis. They will certainly be favorites.
Big degree of responsibility as to the success of this T-side for MOUZ. As we've talked about, as you just mentioned, he's been quiet all series long.
Yeah, you know, rifling on the outside is no easy feat. So much so was a discussion on the desk between whether Kiyosuke or Nico will be leading that position. More of a tag team right now, we'll have to see. Hickson holding strong in his position. The ammo runs dry, that's the only thing that puts him down. 3 kills on this top site. This main smoke, Nico comes through, and Kiyosuke is there to finish.
There's a laundry list of players that are down to play the yard for the Falcons. Monesi throws his name into the equation now on this AWP, and there's Exertion plucked out first. It's a tag hit either way. The 2 AWPers clashing outside. Brolin threads the needle on this main timing, but now he's boxed in here. Torshi's Deeg has delivered 1 more. Trying to make this round interesting is Brolin. With a 2nd kill to his name now, it's the rotate in from Tesses that catches him by surprise.
How's his AWP even going to play into this? Just making the cross, tag down very low.
Oh, bro, he can't catch a break.
Oh,
just barely gets by.
He's not exactly going to be able to open up much from this position. There's a U-turn on the top, pull Nico back.
Exertion there to throw the flash for Brolin, but nothing being offered here on this space in main. Can't spot Kiyosuke up on the rafters. And with Nico and Tessez making quick work over the hit, Kiyosuke now getting involved a little bit later, and suddenly it's just a low HP Exertion. He's been bullied from the get-go of this round.
It's a very strange round to call when you have the AWP. Like, why, you're buying the AWP into that round on a topside execute.
But other than that, 9 playoffs in a row, always semi-finals or better.
It's an unreal consistency, only matched by Vitality. Exceeded even.
Good catch for Kixan.
Ooh.
Missed main.
Oh my god, it's a mess. At least Exertion just run and gun takes that kill. Inside of the Molotov, Kiyosuke is just farming right now. Aimbots in the yard, 10 and 1. The read is there, the shot is not. Nico gets it over the line. Falcons, flawless game still. Seeing frustration even come through. Jimmy started this series rock solid. That first map was great. He was the front runner, able to keep it going on the T side as well. Saw that hand go through the vent. Jimmy does get his kill down in the lower side, but Nico follows him. What an audacious play.
Nico stood on Jimmy's head, finishes him off. Now they try and spill over into this top site. That's a big pickup for Spinks and Torshi, and they know the others have dropped down lower. Nico survived one chance crossing in the vents. Is he really going to try and do it twice?
He's got to.
I think he does. They might have to get a bit of a move on.
There's nowhere to go now. Maybe back garage, but that's his best bet at this point. They drop down the vent. Nico holding on for exits.
Oh,
gonna lose that orb. Honestly, AK might be valuable in and of itself. And MOUZ do find their first round. About time.
This is where they can look to recover, but that's got to be the start of something. You get in on the overzealousness and the overconfidence of your opponent. Now let's see if they can do it on their own merit. It's a cross out in the yard. 4 players here with just Jimmy waiting back in the lobby.
I wonder if that's... Oh no, what a read. What a read. Just denied at the door. Exertion comes through the smoke, and m0NESY pre-scoped on his position. Jim Hatton Hart, did he hear the scope up close? m0NESY might just strut in. 2 players. Leg gives it away. m0NESY missed shot. Jimmy jumps on it. Double kill. We were waiting for him here in this 3rd map after a great series.
Not looking for the info. Kixan instead rests his hopes on an off angle down here towards lower where he's flying blind.
Shadow for him.
Has that shadow to work with, and well, we'll catch Torshi with the bomb. Double up from Kixan. A safe pair of hands indeed. He's done his part in the round, and now he leaves it open to Kiyosuke to close. He's already down here giving chase straight away. Here's that bomb plant. Door swings open, and Spinks can't do a thing. It's Kixan and Kiyosuke.
Smoke fade, high risk. He departs. MOUZ coming around this corner. He has no supports.
Catches the first. There's the lineup. It takes the 3rd man. Spinks on the swing to stop Kiyosuke. This is where Exertion is in the power position, watching on these vents. He's going to catch Nico at this drop down. At this point, Falcons know it's the lower play. And these rotates are going to be slow. They have to take the safer routes further away on the extremities. We'll go and clear out vent. That'll offer up the path to Kixan. Even this is wasting time for the Falcons, clearing dead positions as Exertion has fallen back.
Oh.
Sat on the bomb is Spinks, watching over it, and as m0NESY looks for this, that's when Exertion is supposed to play, but he's been allowed to pluck one from the ranks. Kixan moves in, missed shot for Torshi, and this might cost him dearly. Bomb planted for Exertion, this has to be his moment, and the clutch comes in. Exertion with a big round, his most impactful one in this series yet. Not a lot, but it is enough room to keep yourself in this game.
Definitely. But look at Kiyosuke. Again, the power position coming up secret. m0NESY confirms what they already know. Xertion does find that entry and Kiyosuke tucks in, hoping they're coming his way. Might not get rewarded. Of course, he's now in a position to punish any re-aggression. MOUZ pulled a handbrake up. Top lobby for Jimmy. Full control outside, allowing a wrap around the world. And they don't know how much commitment there is lower, but Kiyosuke comes back up and he gets punished. There's more layers to that. Kicks in same position. Falcons trying to force this, will pay the price.
Tessa's going to die to back lobby if he's not careful. So fixated on this player up on T-Roof. He's just open at that timing. You know, the presence of a second player on a secret cross almost feeds misinfo to Falcons as to the lay of the round. Kixan even taking one of the dome will at least finish off Torshi, but with m0NESY blocked out, Kixan removed, and a play in towards A. MOUZ have stuck the landing on this round. And with the money where it's at for the Falcons, they cannot begin to justify going for this.
Yeah, you know MOUZ want to take these guns away. So much value in removing m0NESY's orb this deep in the half. There's one more. And do they realize m0NESY's still ramp?
And yeah, they're all beelining for the ramp room now. m0NESY, they're coming from either side of him. And he's even got lower to worry about. It's only the tag. m0NESY on borrowed time. That is a punishing hunt from MOUZ, and it's put them in a position to succeed. Brolin there backing him up.
His first two maps will be forgiven if he steps up here in the third and gets MOUZ over the line. Full execute, 2 mollies, only m0NESY. Kixan's got no armor, as you say. m0NESY needs a multi. Falcons have no kit for the retake.
Yeah, got to show us why he was entrusted with the hero gun. And m0NESY displaced by the util. Forced down very low. No. It's the Kixan armorless Eagle that's put some hope, some pep in the step of the Falcons. And now Nico and the rest of the gang come hunting. MOUZ, you can't let them in here. Torshi tries to keep them at bay. Tesses onto a gun, and Torshi bringing the pain. MOUZ scrape by with 4 on this T side. Will that be enough? Giving themselves a bit of breathing room. Let's see if they can make it a cause for concern. A win in the pistol carries tremendous weight if you want this comeback to happen, but it's not started strong. Torshi, top performer for MOUZ, fed to the Nico pistol to open this up.
Xertion on his recovery arc. Pistol would seal that fate, but only 1 kill. Tessa's even got out Huts. A-side opens up. Roland hears him running amok, but he can't do a thing to stop it. Shot in the back of the head, perhaps. m0NESY given a second chance at life and kicks him with a cover. That's Falcons converting this pistol. Jimmy just walks away. Kixan's had a hell of a game here. Dust to and overpass, but the caveat of that being it was MOUZ with great T-sides over VP. Only the scout could stop him, but Torshi's dropped in now. They go back to Exec with Kixan on roof. Can MOUZ put the stack here in time? Have they got the read? It looks like it, but will numbers be enough?
Torshi behind the sight on this scout. Gonna carry the bulk of the pressure. There's the support from Jimmy up on the rafters. Brolin double kill in the downtime, and Kixan might be having a great game, but a 1v3 at this health isn't happening.
That's a smoke setting up MOUZ to win the round. The smoke that changes the plan for Falcons, and sure, as long as no one drops vent, we're all okay. But Jimpat takes it upon himself to rotate into the lower site. Oh, careful.
Still, Falcons are here on a very forward timing because of how quickly Kixan makes it across. Jimmy just gets dealt with straight away, thinking he's got a bit more room to work with there. And this is already dire straits on the round. They have to hunt down Tesses. They need this kill if they want to attempt the 4v4. Falcons have had time to get situated, and with 3 players coming ramp side, Spinks super late from Secret. This retake might have to be slow. That's allowed Falcons to get comfortable. Kiyosuke takes a swing with the Tech 9 out on a ramp. just looking to thin the herd before this retake begins. It's Spinks' late play that MOUZ is still waiting for here. And only now showing his hand. He desperately needed this to be the kill. It doesn't come through. And that is limp for MOUZ. They put all their stock on this flank. And now they stand to lose everything up against the Falcons force buy.
Yeah, you called it. We didn't see how Nico got that kill on Jimpat, but that was the kill that opened up the round. The early drop of lower. Ooh. Couple of keen tags for Torshi. Why not?
I mean, at this point, why not leave it a chance? Bit of smoke spam from the Torshi scout. Ooh. Even more follow-up damage. He's landed 2 wall bangs through this smoke. Spinks gonna catch a freebie on Kicksand Crossing, who tries to run back this secret cross for the 3rd time in a row. And this time, MOUZ do put stock in that. They try and deal with it early.
Where are you really going with this?
That Exertion makes it out there doesn't feel inconsequential. He was getting split on from main and the door. Brolin gonna confirm their suspicions about this lurker back in the lobby, and now it's just Nico. 1 versus 5, 15 seconds, and a combat save as MOUZ close in.
Coming for this one, they want the gun. They know if they're gonna...
wait till after the time. You know you have him pinned in, you know exactly where he is. Nico, I think, is aware of this, as they're gonna try and play ahead of the timer, forces the kill out of MOUZ.
And hey, Torshi, 1 kill, but how many scout shots did he hit? He tagged Nico.
1 down lower. Another walkout in the yard here for Falcons. Late smokes, they play ahead of it, looking for fights. Fights that Exertion is willing to give them. Chase here for Kiyosuke. He closes straight in on Exertion. Finds a 4-on-4, keeps pressure on and continues trying to work this space out in the yard. Torshi, step up and stop him in his tracks. Returning the advantage to MOUZ, and I'm liking this mid-round move. 2 players getting aggressive down on B. Kicksound with a big catch, but the fights are going to be forced here for this secret control, and Spinks will deliver. They're going to keep going. m0NESY here with his orb. Trusty AWP in his hand, but a missed shot. There's Kicksound to bail him out. Wild shot for Kicksound, and the round's still going. The backstab from Torshi can stop it in its tracks. Playing discipline just for a moment, wasting as much time as possible.
Yeah, you don't risk letting the crowd give that away. You just take the shot as soon as you hear a jeer. m0NESY resetting as well, but 20 seconds, got to make up his mind. Throws the AWP out, AK up. 15 seconds, are you really going to try drop heaven at this point? Torshi's backside, he hears every step. Molly in your face, m0NESY comes through the fire. He hits the shot, drop with the plant with a second to spare. m0NESY making magic happen. Jimmy giving it away, running amok. m0NESY picks a dangerous position. The kill will take it, and m0NESY finds the round.
Zona can't believe it, but that's what they pay this guy for, m0NESY.
There is only 1 man committed. Spinks checking out yard. Or floating around. Brolin on his own, holds strong for 1.
As he backs up, he will have support. Torshi moving in from heaven, Spinks here as well. MOUZ digging deep. And m0NESY, no clutch this time. Torshi gets his revenge.
Smokes go outside, but it's all a bit of a ruse here for Falcons, faking out. Kickson lines up, I presume flashes for that top site. Xertion's got a spam. Finding m0NESY in the door, that eases it up.
This is Kicksound looking for the molly that knocks out the hut roof and the rafters. So speaking of the fact that they might look to end topside, but you wonder if that 1 kill on m0NESY changes things.
I mean, it tells MOUZ that they weren't full stacking secret behind the smokes. MOUZ are gambling on upper. They have no interest in that B site. Oh my God, Xertion's body claimed in lower, falls down the vent.
It's a hell of a pickup.
But you've only seen the lobby lurker in Tess's. That doesn't tell you much. As far as MOUZ are concerned, there could be more players down B. Silence is deafening. MOUZ rotating, uncertain. Even Brolin off that top site goes back up the ladder. No better time than the present, 45.
What a moment here for Doubt to creep in and take control over this round for MOUZ, but Falcons try and get tricky with it.
Bomb makes it.
Bomb made it down.
Jim Pat on
the rest of Falcons are away. Kiyasuke gonna try and get out into lower. Caught with nades in hand, but they don't deal with him the first time. Trying to close in, Brolin will cover. 20 seconds left for the Falcons, and even though Nico's here, the bomb is lost, the site has fallen. And not time to rectify this round. It's another swing and a miss for the Falcons on their full buy. They're running out of them as this comeback is taking shape.
And not even a bomb plant. You've got nothing to lose in trying on a half buy. A-site's weakened by Spinks' rotation. In come Falcons.
Yeah, just an all-in hit. Tess says teed up with flashes. First kill for Jimmy as he holds strong. There's the trade back. Kiyasuke's Tech 9 and Nico's Deagle start to deliver. It's ended up even 3-on-3. You said you couldn't discount this type of round from the Falcons. They're showing us why. They play with a terrifying pace out and away. They catch MOUZ. And now it all hinges on this retake.
Nico's in the game-winning position right now. He's got the gun for the job.
Nico in a game-winning position on Nuke. A three-man grouping for MOUZ. All going to try and explode in through the top. Nico playing anti. They go early, but there's the transfer for Nico. It's down to this. 1v1. Was the comeback all for naught? Do Falcons take it here and now at a low buy? Bomb's being held. Spinks ain't faking this. And Kickstart runs him down. Comeback denied. It's Falcons through to the semi-finals.